It's the opening day of Jordan and my cash rifle deer tag. It's a restricted rifle tag this year. You're not allowed to have any optics, so open sights. We've seen 15 does. Somebody was already in the spot that we like to hunt back here, that I always hunt, which is okay. It's public land. They've got every right to be there. So we're in a different location. And another truck pulled up, and they were super kind and just said, hey, you guys were here. Where are you going to hunt so we don't mess you up? So I felt like that was refreshing, because that's what I always do. I mean, that's why we didn't go back to where we normally go, because there was already someone there. We didn't want to mess them up. And these guys had the same courtesy. So they're up on the hill, probably half a mile, quarter of a mile, half a mile away from us. And so we've just been watching this little flat coming off the water. Jordan's not snoozing, but close to snoozing. She's seen all the deer that I've seen, which is good. So here's kind of what we're looking at. Just watching this flat and this hillside over here. I've also seen 7 deer on the other side of the water on the private land. Usually there's way more deer over there than on the public, but today I've actually seen more on our side. Sun's just coming up over the mountain. We were going to hunt all day, but since we can't go back into that bigger piece of land where I like to hunt, probably just hunt here for a couple hours this morning, then head home and get some stuff done, then come back out for the evening hunt. Day 2 of our restricted rifle hunt for deer. Jordan's trying to stay out of the wind, catching some Z's over there. It is super windy. It's blowing really hard. So I'm not sure how much the deer are going to get up and get active, but we're in a different place. There were 3 trucks parked in the area where we always hunt. I don't think I've ever seen 3 trucks back there at one time. So we had church this morning. I recorded a baptism video, so we didn't get out until after 3 o'clock, almost 3:30. So we're in a different area. We're in what they have in Utah called a walk-in public access area. So it's private land, but you can get a walk-in access number and then you can go in and use it. And it's the area where my son Caleb shot his very first deer, probably 500 yards from here. So we're just kind of hunkered down. It's about 5 o'clock. We've got 2 more hours of shooting light. Hoping and praying the wind dies down a little bit as we get to the end of the day. We have seen a big bull moose, one of the biggest bull moose I've seen in Utah in a long time, so that was cool. And I've seen 2 does so far. So yesterday was the day of the doe. We saw over 40 does. We saw 1 little spike buck, and he never left the private land. He stayed on the private. So, and I don't think we would have shot a spike on opening day anyway. Well, I wouldn't have. Jordan might have. She might have gone ahead, but anyway, we'll keep you up to date if anything happens. Oh guys, that happened fast. I came up over this little knob. So windy up here. In the past I've had them bedded in this thick sage on the back side to get out of the wind. Popped up over the top, 40 yards. 2 little does and a buck. It happened so fast I'm not even sure how many points the buck has. He's piled up right up here. Steve Rodriguez, my first buck with a lever action gun, buddy. Thank you for letting me use your 30-30. We'll go up here and see what he is. Check for breathing. I mean, he's laying there with his nose straight up in the air, head all twisted around. I can't imagine he's not dead. I just want to check for breath for a second. Alright, no breath at all. Let's come around and check him out. Just a nice solid 2, but a nice 2. That's the best 2-point I've ever shot. Get them drug down here where it's flat. Start taking care of them. Come around here, let's get a better shot of them. There we go. Alright guys, got all the dirty work done, got it quartered, got the back straps and the tenderloins out, I got the neck meat off, and I'm heading down. I've got the rifle, carrying the antlers because my little buckle on my pack where I normally would strap them down broke. I've got 1 hind quarter, 1 front quarter, and then all the back straps and neck meat. And I'm gonna take this down to the truck, and then I'll hike all the way back up and get the other hind quarter, the other front quarter, and the tenderloins are in the bag with one of the front quarters. So it's like, I can't remember, 1.2 miles up into here, something like that, 1.4. I'll check on X, but I gotta kind of hurry and get it done. Rhonda and I are going to a concert tonight. We're supposed to leave at 3. So it's just crazy how much longer it takes you to do it when you're by yourself. It took me forever to get that deer cut up. So, but we got it done. Thank you, Lord, for the harvest. Thank you for your provision. Thank you guys for coming along. Jordan still has her tag. She'll only hunt 1 day, and that's going to be next Sunday after church. She just doesn't have any other time on her schedule. So I've still got my cow elk tag, and I've still got that doe antelope tag coming up in November. Well, I made it back to the truck, and there are the antlers. Again, just a 2-point with eye guards. He's got both eye guards. This one's barely there. But definitely the best 2-point I've ever taken. Nice wide frame. Nice forks. Very thankful for that buck. And I'm not going to show the I won't show the quarters in the truck just because there's a lot of blood, and I know YouTube doesn't like that. So now I got to turn around and hike right back up to the very top again, get the rest of it, and then turn around and come right back down. So definitely the work has begun. Man, beautiful day though. I think it's supposed to be 62 today, so it's not too hot. And breeze is cool, so the breeze will kind of cool me off on the hike back up. I got the other quarters loaded, heading out. To say this has kind of been a honey hole for us would probably be an understatement. So 150 yards that way is where I shot my deer last year. 100 yards over there is where Jordan shot her deer. Caleb shot a 3x3 right on the top of this ridge a few years ago. I shot a 3x4 just on the other side of that ridge 4 years ago, 5 years ago now. And then within a quarter of a mile from here, we've taken 4 or 5 more deer. So it's been a phenomenal spot for us. Only one big deer, that 3x4 I shot, and even that wasn't like a big 3x4, but it was a nice 3x4. Everything else up here has been 2x2s, 3x3s, or 2x3s. But I've said on the channel many times, we hunt for the meat. You can't eat the horns. So just feel super blessed. I'm going to start hiking out and get back to the truck. I did not go and get a drink. I just went ahead and hiked straight back up. So that Mountain Dew or Dr. Pepper, I haven't decided what I'm going to get yet. It's going to taste awfully good when we get back down and get this thing done. And it is all downhill for sure. There's a skeleton from last year. There was a 3x3 up here last year that somebody had shot in the bow season but didn't recover it. I think I had that on one of my videos last year I showed you guys, but that was within about 20 yards from here, so I'm guessing that's probably the skeleton. All right, let's start winding our way down, and we'll see you guys next time we're out. We're at the last 50 yards or so. Truck's down there at the bottom by the railroad tracks. We'll get this pack unloaded and go have our celebratory Mountain Dew or Dr. Pepper. And then I haven't decided if I'm going to cut this up. I cut my deer up last year. The year before that I took it into a processor. So I'm not sure yet. But it's plenty cold enough I can let it hang in the game bags in my garage today until I decide what I want to do. So thanks so much for coming along, guys. Like I said, Jordan still has her tag, and we'll be right back out here Sunday after church. See if we can help her tag out. Appreciate all your support. God bless you guys. We'll see you next time we're out on the mountain. Okay, everybody, we're going to wrap this video up with the channel shout out and the minute on the mountain. Feel super blessed to have harvested that buck. You know, it's just a 2-point, but its frame was actually wider and taller than a couple of 4-points I've harvested over the years. So I was pretty happy with it, and again, just super cool to harvest one with a lever action gun. Thanks again to Steve Rodriguez for letting me borrow his rifle. The channel I want to shout out is THO Films. They used to be called Texas Hollow Outdoors, so that's what the THO stands for, but THO Films, they do a lot of self-filmed hunts for turkey, for deer,
I know one of their latest videos was a public land deer hunt in Maryland. So I'll put a link in the description. Check those guys out when you get a chance. Then the channel shout out comes from John 17, and it's verse 1 and 2. Jesus is praying. He says, Father, the hour has come. Glorify your Son so he can give glory back to you. For you have given him authority over everyone. He gives eternal life to each one you have given him. It's just another clear proclamation by Jesus of his deity. It would have been blasphemous for anyone other than the Son of God to ask God the Father to glorify him. And we don't ask God to glorify us, we glorify God. Jesus would go on to talk about the glory that he had with the Father before the creation of the world. So John's gospel, probably more than any other gospel, stresses the deity of Christ. So that's been on the mountain, John chapter 17, verse 1 and 2. Thanks for all the support, guys. I've got an antelope hunt that I'm still on. In fact, I was hunting all day today. I did not harvest one as of yet. Had some chances today, but didn't make the most of them. And I've still got that elk tag, which seems like it's going on forever, but I haven't really been hunting for elk for a while now. So hopefully we can get at least one of those two. I'd love to harvest at least one of those before we wrap up the hunting season. Hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. God bless you. We'll see you the next time we're out on the mountain.